Sorry if I'm going to have some technical difficulties because I just set up this account literally about 10 minutes ago, but I'm going to try to share a presentation. Let me see if it works.
So maybe in the meantime, I'll just mention, so this meeting will be recorded, so it can be shared with the other parents as well.
So let me know if you see my presentation, please.
Yes, we can see your face as well and also the presentation. Perfect.
Okay, excellent. So at least it's working, alhamdulillah. Thank you, Brother Asim, for the kind introduction. As Brother Asim said, I have been, leading the school for many, many, many years before COVID started in 2020, and had to take a break from the school. But I've been asked by ICSC to come back and take a lead in running the school again. So we just wanted to share a few information with the parents so that everybody is aware of the expectations that we will be, so that everybody's aware of the expectations that we would be having for the school going forward, because the management is changing and we may be doing things a little bit differently that was done before. And after the presentation, which will take about 10 minutes, hopefully, inshallah, we will have an open session for the parents to ask questions and make comments. And, because this is something that we all have to work together to make it a success. So my name is Adebola Kasumu, and we will have a new team with Sheikh Iqbal Gora as our religious advisor. We would have a team of male and female teachers. All of them are experienced. They've been with the school for many, many years until about, most of them for many years until about 2020. And inshallah, we are relying on the experience of these teachers and the support of ICSC and our religious advisor, Sheikh Iqbal Gora, to proceed with the school and hopefully, inshallah, give a worthwhile Islamic education to our children. The timing for the school will not change. It's going to be 2 hours from 10:30 to 12:30 every Saturday morning, starting this coming Saturday on January 14th. And we will have a break, inshallah, during the period of Eid and the last 10 days of Ramadan as well. And we're hoping, as we used to do many years before, to have a ceremony at the end of the semester in June, where everybody will come together, the parents and the students. The students will be able to showcase what they have learned to the parents, and have some activities, get some prizes and encouragement for all the hard work that they've done over the semester. The first thing I wanted to quickly share is the curriculum that we are hoping to use come this January. First thing, I want everybody to know that we are being brought on board by the ICSC board to help run the school. It's something that we're putting together very, very quickly. So it's going to be a continuous improvement, and we will need the support of all of the parents, to partner with us in making this a success. We have 3 levels for the Quranic studies, the level 1, the level 2, and the level 3. And I believe this is the current curriculum that has been running the last couple of months. We will continue with the book that the children have been using, but we will introduce a few things that we used to do many years in the past that haven't been done recently. And those include, things like, making sure, taking attendance for the students, making sure that we're keeping a tab on the behavior of the students in class and things like that. For the so the last slide I showed was for the Quranic education. like I said, 3 levels. For the Islamic education, we will be having a hybrid of the textbook, the curriculum we used to have in the past, and also a series of talks on character, on adab, and things like that, for all of the students. So from time to time, we will have Sheikh Iqbal Gura come visit us. The frequency hasn't been determined yet, but we will have him to come, speak to the students on different topics for Islamic studies. But we will be going back to the curriculum we used to use in the past and harmonize this with the different talks that will be given by Sheikh Iqbal Gura from time to time. At the end of the semester, like I said before, there will be a series of presentation activities, by the students, to showcase what they have learned and how they have improved over the months during the semester. And in January, we have decided, in conjunction with the ICSC board, that no fee will be charged. First of all, the lesson is starting in the middle of the month, and moreover, things are changing. It may take us a few weeks, to stabilize. So no fee will be charged in January. But from February onwards, and we have, please, Brother Asim, please correct me if I make a mistake. I believe this is the fee schedule that was charged in the last semester, and it will be reviewed by the ICSC board, and if any changes will be made, this will be communicated to the parents.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. With regards to a couple of new things that I wanted to let the parents know, with this administration, we want the parents to be committed, because nobody has more stake in this than the parents themselves. We want everybody to take this very, very seriously. Attendance will be taken. Attendance is going to be a very, very important part going forward. Every teacher will have a list of all the students in his or her class, and every teacher will be required to take attendance for the students, even noting students that come late. We are encouraging the parents to please make sure that there is no activity that is clashing with the classes on Saturday from 10:30 to 12:30. If the student is having, say, a regular sport or activity at this time, it is advised that the student not be part of the school this semester, because there's just no way that the student will miss most of the classes and still be up and running in the curriculum, especially considering the fact that when a student misses a number of classes, the next time the student comes to class, the teacher has to take pain to go back and try to bring the student up to speed for the classes the student would have missed. And obviously, definitely, without a doubt, that will affect the other students that have been coming, and it's not fair on them, because the teacher would have to spend more time, because come to think of it, we only have 2 hours a week, and we all know this is grossly inadequate for the Islamic education of our children. There is just no way 2 hours a week can be sufficient. So we are actually telling all parents that going forward, every week, students will come home with homework sheets that we expect the parents to sign, to ensure that so that the teacher will know that the parent is actually involved in the education of their children, to make sure that they are spending time with them at home every week, making sure that the children are doing their homework and actually communicating with the teacher using this homework sheet every week. If a student comes to class on a Saturday without the parent having signed the homework sheet to confirm that the parent, has seen the homework and has made sure that the student, does the homework, then the teacher would have to, have write comments on the homework sheet for the student to take back to the parent. So we're encouraging all parents to please make sure to spend at least, some time, some minutes, if it's a few minutes a day, or every other day, something just to make sure the students are spending, some minutes at home, doing their homework and going through the material they've learned for the week, because there's just no way that 2 hours a week can be adequate for the Islamic education of our children. So we encourage everybody to be consistent. And if a student is not going to come, if a student is going to be late, we encourage the parents to please. Actually, we need the parents to actually get in touch with the school and let the school know that either the student is running late or the student is going to be absent. That way we know what is going on. But we don't want a situation where a student comes for 2 weeks and is absent for another 3 weeks and then comes again the next 2 weeks. That is not just going to work going forward. And in this case, the principal will be, which is myself, will be the point of contact. We will have a dedicated email that we will share with everybody, in which parents can communicate with the principal. And we also have a WhatsApp group that we're going to be using. And I believe all parents are already on that WhatsApp group and will be using it to communicate. If the parent needs to communicate with the teacher, there will be space on the homework sheet weekly for the parents to write comments. They are required to sign to show that they have, spent some time with the children and, make sure that the children have done their homework. So there will be attendance that will be taken. There will be marks that will be given for conduct in class. There will be marks that will be given for performance in class. And all of this will form, together with an exam that will be given at the end of the semester, will form, an assessment, a comprehensive assessment, way, a comprehensive way to assess the students at the end of the semester. So again, arrive on time, be punctual, not only on time to drop off the students, but also on time to pick up the students as well. And we encourage all the parents to park responsibly as well, following all the fire lane rules at the Musalla. This is just a sample of many of the forms that we'll be using to keep track of the students' performance going forward. This is a sample of one we used to use many years ago. The homework sheet would have, the dates, the homework that is assigned to the students, and we require the parents to make sure that, they have ensured the students have done the homework and to actually sign. And if they have any comments, they can write their comments as well. And then the teacher will respond using the teacher's comments and signature as well. So there will be a homework sheet for Islamic studies for each kid. There will be a homework sheet for Quran studies as well. And the teacher's name will be there. And then you can communicate with the teacher, every week, going back and forth with this homework sheet. So my number is 403-966-3715. I believe the ICSC board is going to provide a dedicated email, which I will be managing and using to communicate with all of the parents. That will be shared in the WhatsApp group, and as soon as that is configured. So inshallah, we will leave time for parents to ask questions or make comments. We're all in this together. Please feel free to make any suggestions, and inshallah, we hope Allah, we pray Allah makes it easy for us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kusumu. I think maybe for the question session, it's better like if you can just raise your hand, so it's easy to track like who is first and second. Yeah, I think Brother Rehan can go ahead, please.
Me?
Yeah, Brother Muhammad Rehan.
Okay, sorry. I forgot to join on time, so I was a little bit late, 10, 12 minutes. So, I mean, on Saturday, we are going to have the first class, right? On 14th.
Yes, we will have the first class on Saturday, but, it's going to be an introductory class, getting to know the teachers, getting to know the students, assigning the students to their classes and things like that. So, yes, there's going to be a class, but again, like I said, things are going to start taking shape in the weeks to come, inshallah.
Yeah, this is also my understanding that we will be introducing the new teachers and also getting introduction from the students and just organize to a low scale, not full-fledged classes. That is also my understanding.
Brother Yahya, Brother Khalid, please feel free to chip in anytime if I forget to mention something, please.
Okay. Yeah, so I think the next question is by Muhammad Ghazi. So please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. So my question is about the registration. So my son didn't attend the fall semester, but he would like to join in the winter semester. So does he need to register again?
As far as I know, there is supposed to be registration every semester. Brother Asim, you're on the board, so I'm not sure what the ICSC has in policy for this.
Yeah, I think so. You can enroll your child. Yeah, should not be a problem. So we do have a form online. So if you go to the ICSC website, it's icsouthcalgary.com. I can share in the chat. So maybe you can just go there and register, and you can start the classes from this Saturday, inshallah.
Okay, even though he attended the classes last several years, like I think 6-7 years, he'd been attending the classes.
Yeah, I think you need to register every year.
So we have
every
to
semester.
start fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And another thing is like my son, he finished. I mean, he's in the advanced level, but I mean, it was not being tracked properly because you know how the Quranic school was going ups and downs, going through all the ups and downs, lack of teachers, and like there was no consistency of like the level of education that they were achieving, and there was no record being kept. So, do you have any plan to kind of maintain those records and let the student to progress based on what they learned and what they are supposed to learn in the future?
So I can speak to that. When I was there many years ago, I don't know, some of the parents that are here now will be able to, bear me out. We used to maintain all of the records for every student every semester, all the courses that they take every semester. And we still have records of that until, 2 years ago. So I'm sure, inshallah, I can assure you that, going forward, every student's record will be maintained every semester, every course they take, and their progress will be tracked. So we used to have things like, report cards, attendance sheets, homework sheets, courses, different classes. Each teacher would have a list of the students in his class, and if you want, I can show some of the spreadsheets we used in the past to track all of this. And inshallah, that will be done going forward again, starting from this semester.
Okay, Jazakallah khair.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question, I think, is by Sister Ramla Sultan. Please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. So I guess following on one of the previous questions, so it seems as if we do need to re-register a child every semester. So my son was in the previous semester, but if I want him to start again in January, I have to re-register him, right?
Sorry, I think if it was a confusion, no, I think if you have registered last year, like in the first semester, then do not need to register it again. So only need to pay the fee. That's it.
Okay, perfect. And then I guess my second question was, would we, sometimes our kids get sick and then they can't attend a class. In that case, I'm hoping that there's a way to get in contact with the teacher and just know what they did that class. So, we're able to do that ourselves with our children during the week so that they don't fall behind.
Yes, for sure. As a matter of fact, in the past, what we used to do, each teacher used to track their attendance, and each teacher used to be able to mark for every student at the beginning of every class, either present, absent, late, or excused. Those were the 4 options each teacher used to have, and that's where we're starting again. So in a situation where a student is not going to be able to attend, we expect the parent to get in touch with us and let us know beforehand that a student will be absent for any particular class. That way, the teacher will be able to mark the student excused for that particular week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then yeah, hopefully they can just let us know, I guess, what they practiced that day in class, so that we can maybe do it at home, just so they don't fall behind.
Can I also add,
Yeah.
Brother, that according to my understanding as well, is that there is no direct communication between the teacher and the parents. So the communication, as you mentioned, will be through the email. And I guess in my experience, just to add on to that as well, is that in a way everything is linear. All the teaching material is linear. There's a book they follow. So I guess there is a way to know what they're going to teach next or what they're going to learn next, I meant to say. So they can follow from that. But I guess Brother Sadiq also, you can add more onto that as well.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Khalid, for saying that. So for those that were online when I was presenting the homework sheet, for example, there every week there is a date and there is a homework that is given by the teacher, and the communication between the teacher and the parent is through that homework sheet for something that is specific with regards to the curriculum. But for other things, such that, oh, my child is running late or my child is not going to be here, next Saturday or things like that, it's only with the principal. But directly from that homework sheet, the parents can have a comment. If you remember when I shared it, there's a section for the parents' comment and signature, and there's another adjacent section for the teacher's comment and signature. So that way, every week, the parent is doing what the child is doing, because the teacher is supposed to write what they did for this week and the homework as well, so that the parent know what they did. And just like Brother Khalid said, the book that we're going back to, for example, the Islamic Studies book, there is a lesson that is supposed to be treated every week. And in the past, we used to have the students have a copy of the book and they used to be able to take it home. And that's exactly what I think we're planning to do. Again, everything is in, the infancy stage at this point, because, I was just contacted few weeks ago, and we're still, making all of the plans. But in the past, every student will have a copy of that book, and each week, each lesson, the parent will know what lesson was done, and then would know what, the next week's lesson would be as well, in conjunction with the comments written on the homework sheet by the teachers. I hope that helps. Does that answer your question, sister?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? We still have a few minutes left. Can utilize that. And also, I want to mention again, so this meeting is being recorded, and we will share the recording with the parents group. So who will not attend that, so they will get this information, inshallah.
Brother Yahya, do you have anything to add?
No, I think you're covering everything really good, Mashallah.
Okay. So again, once the email has been set up, I would have access to the email, and that would be communicated. An email will be sent to all parents, and we can, communicate with the school through that email. Because it's different from the WhatsApp group, because a parent may want to communicate directly, on a private level, with the school management, with the principal. So then we will use that email. But of course, we still have a WhatsApp group that, everybody will be able to see all the messages, common messages that are sent to everybody. I believe a few people have their hands up.
Yeah. So I will let Sister Lubna go ahead, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My daughter is just asking, like, they already did last semester their the orientation and everything, and they're already placed in the classes. Are they going to have to do that all over again on Saturday?
For those that already have classes, again, as I said in the beginning, I'm just taking over afresh again. But we will try to be as consistent as possible for those that were there last semester and already have classes and teachers, and the teachers already know their level. There wouldn't be any need for them to be tested again or have a different orientation. But for those that are new, certainly we have to do that so that we know what class and what level to put them and what not.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
So Brother Saidur Rahman, you have your hand raised. Brother Saidur Rahman,
I think he dropped his hand.
Okay, so yeah, I think both of them.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. So I think already Brother Kosovo has mentioned regarding the fee waiving for the month of January, right?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, thank you then. Yeah.
All right. So I think it's already 7:31. So if just anybody have a last question, quickly ask. Otherwise, I think so we can conclude this meeting.
Okay, so one question. So if parents have further questions after this meeting or at some point in the semester, should they send those messages in the parents' WhatsApp group, or will there be a new contact information provided to them after, and they should send it privately?
Okay, so thank you, Brother Yahya, for that. If parents feel comfortable to ask questions in the WhatsApp group and they don't mind, obviously everybody else seeing it, then that's fine. The management will try to answer on the same group as well. But like I said during the presentation, an email is being, configured right now that will be used to communicate with all the parents. That way, all the parents will know the email to use to communicate with the school on a one-on-one basis, and they can use that email, to send emails to us, and we would respond promptly, inshallah. So once that email is set up, an introductory email will be sent to all the parents so that they have a record of that email, and then they can, reply and use that to communicate on a one-on-one basis with the school. One person has their hand up.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. I just want to have a question. My question is there an age limit to attend the musalla, the madrasa, actually, the Quran school?
Brother Asim from the board, did the ICSC set an age limit?
Yeah, I think typically we have at least 5 years of age. Yeah, it should be more than like 5 years. Yeah, if your child is going to school, I think in grade 1, I think that's the right time to start the school.
Yeah, 5 years up to. Do you have an age limit? Okay.
Up to high school, yeah.
So do you have? Would you have classes for kids above 15?
Yeah, I think if they are up to if they are in high school even, so yeah, they can attend. So we do have an advanced level for them.
Okay. Will there be a test first before admitting to the class, or how does it go?
For sure, for new students that have not been part of the school before, they will be tested to know what level they should be in.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, now Ayaz, you have any comment or question?
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. I just want to mention that we have minimum age and a kind of a maximum age, but if someone, if the community has need and there is some people who want to learn the Quran, then we can consider on case by case if the age is above as well. It's not a problem if he is elder or she is elder.
So in this regards, from my past experience, I have seen that the minimum age for entering is more than 5, and ideally 6 years is also okay. But for the upper limit, like if someone is in the university, even want to learn, they can also join this school. And I have seen also some people, they used to attend the university, but they still continued in the Quran school. So
Can I
that is the
mention
understanding.
last semester, how Sheikh Akbad did say has to be 5 or older, but we did accept a 4-year-old because he was very well behaved. So it is a case by case scenario, but that doesn't mean that it's guaranteed that if you have a young kid, it can join. And Sheikh Akbad did not set an upper limit for the same reason that Brother Muhammad was saying, because maybe you want to learn more. But he also says that if you misbehave, the teacher has full right to just not accept the student anymore. Teacher and principal, of course. So they have to be aware of.
Yes, Braham Muhammad is right. Many years ago, it used to be 6 years as the minimum age to get admission to the school. But again, there were some 5-year-olds that were, admitted on a case-by-case basis, provided, there was not extra requirement by each teacher to take care of them, things like, they could go to the washroom themselves and things like that. But I remember in the past, many years ago, it used to be 6 years old, minimum age for sure. But maybe it's reduced to 5 now by ICSC, and that's fine as well.
Okay, I think we had taken enough time for answering your question. So as Brother Yahya mentioned, if you have any other questions, so please feel free to ask in the WhatsApp group, or you can email to Brother Kusumu, and he will be happy to answer you. Yeah, and once again, thank you, Brother Kusumu, for the presentation, and the other teachers who provided their feedback and answered the questions, and to all the parents who attended this meeting. And hopefully we'll see you, inshallah, this Saturday at morning.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, everyone, principal, organizer, director, all the teachers and parents. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Assalamu
alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.